Good morning. It is 6:12 a.m. on Tuesday, July 18th, 2017. I'm Christiana Ellis, and I just got up. This is 5 more minutes. So I've already screwed up today. Luna was supposed to go in and get her CT scan today, but I forgot that she wasn't supposed to eat anything, and I gave her half her breakfast before I remembered. So I called the vet, and they said, yeah, for safety's sake, we should probably reschedule because she needs to go under anesthesia for the scan. So, all right. So I don't know yet when it'll be rescheduled for. I'll have to find out a little bit later this morning. But that's frustrating. And on the one hand, there's a part of me that wants to say, well, they didn't remind me. But at the same time, like, I knew. It's not like I wasn't sure. It's more just a matter of I forgot, So maybe if they'd called to remind me, I might have remembered, but I don't know. So that's frustrating. Hopefully we'll be able to reschedule it for soon. As far as just a general Luna update, we've definitely it's kind of up and down right now. Like the symptoms are progressing. So it just does seem like if we were to not do anything, I think it would probably progress relatively quickly. But we'll see, because obviously the plan is to try to see how well the cancer responds to the treatment, and we'll find out and make plans accordingly. So, yeah. But it's a little frustrating because obviously Catskin needs to happen first, and now I have to reschedule that. This is a stressful situation. On the upside, at the very least, when she is not trying to pee, she's really pretty much herself. So, that's good. But yeah, it's it's a little weird when in situations like this, ordinary sorts of slip-ups that wouldn't normally be a big deal take on like added weight. So that's a little frustrating, yeah. But we're gonna do what we can, right? Like that's the plan is, do what there is to be done. And yeah. So in other news, I posted finally all of the audio that had backed up for the latest episode of So Many Levels and the 2 episodes of Curse of Strahd. And that took up a chunk of my my evening yesterday. But it felt good to get it out. I'm kind of, maybe for reasons, that tying into stress with Luna, but I am emotionally volatile recently. So, I'm having to occasionally deal with questioning, like, who cares if I put it out? Does anyone care really? Like, what if I just didn't put it out? Would anyone even notice? And the thing is like, I know for a fact that there are at least a handful of people who listen. And there's more people who download it, and who knows if they listen or not. And I know too that like the fun I have in playing the game is the core principle there, and I definitely have that regardless of any additional factor. So it's true that the effort spent to put it out as a podcast, like, in theory, it's possible that nobody really cares that much about it, and so that effort would be wasted. Even though, again, it's like, that's like worst case scenario. right? Well, worst likely scenario, right? Um, but the primary fun is just in playing the game, which I definitely enjoy doing. And so the only question really would be not whether I wouldn't play the game, but whether I would continue to try to put it as a podcast or not. And I still think I want to because it's a means of providing a record for me of the creative output, right? Because I don't know, it's an interesting question because it ties into the improv thing where part of what's interesting about improv is how ephemeral it is. Like it's cool in the moment, but generally speaking, improv is not something that you record and watch the same scenes over and over again. It's the sort of electric transience of it is what where the joy comes from. So the solution, um, with improv is not to record and present improv at a later time, but rather to just do more improv. Anyway, I don't know. I'm rambling at this point. I'll be okay. I just need to, we're gonna get the scan rescheduled and go to work. And the good news for Luna today was that she got to finish eating her breakfast. She was irritated with me. Well, irritated, no, not really, because some dogs growl at you or whatever if you try to take their food away. Luna's not that way. It's more like she feels like she did something wrong. So I got to reward her and say, "Here's the rest of your food. I'm sorry for the confusion." Anyway, I'll talk to you guys tomorrow for 5 more minutes.